King and queens, I hope everybody is doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. So before we start this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and once you gather an opinion, comment that in the comment section below. We got a video about Prince Henry, parents' obsession with low haircuts. Let's get into it, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all. We'll get straight into this video.
In this video, I want to answer the question of why are parents, specifically black parents, so obsessed with low haircuts?
Jacking it right now, bro. What's funny, bro? Get out my face with that camera shit, bro. What's funny, bro? Bro, my mom forced me to do that shit, nigga. If it wasn't for my mom, bro, I would not do that shit, bro. Mom, y'all niggas with dress don't respect y'all mom, bro. That's what it is, bro. My mom told me to cut my hair. I'm cutting my hair. Like,
man, say trust the process.
Since my process didn't work, I'm about to make every dreadhead shot. I'm dreadhead K now, nigga. Fuck all dreadheads, nigga. I'm not jacking that shit no more. We back to wave gang, nigga. Every dreadhead I see, I'm on that. I'm cutting their hair. Y'all niggas don't respect y'all mom. That's what it is, bro. Oh, yo, bro.
So if you black, at some point, someone told.
Let's be clear about it. Yes, we do know that locks have a stigma, and we don't call them dreads. We call them locks, right? Words mean things. Words hold power. But anyways, yes, there's a stigma on locks. Locks look crazy. You got people that think, if you have locks, then, you have this certain mindset in the way you carry yourself. I don't look at it like that. Of course, those are the outside people looking in. Do we have to give the ethnicity title? Do we have to, you know what I'm talking about? They look at locks and be disgusted. They look at locks and, as something that's not accepted, whether it's in a work environment or just in day-to-day society. You walk in a room, you walk in a, wherever you walking into, right? And you got locks, people tend to look at you crazy. But I think it's all about how you conduct yourself and how you carry yourself, and also to how you take care of your hair. That's with any style. I don't care what hairstyle I don't care if you have a low cut, you have a fro. I don't care if you have locks. Whatever style it is, you want to make sure that it's neat. You want to make sure that it looks good. It looks presentable. That's with anything. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with locks. I think locks are super fire. I think the crinkly fros, I think curls, I think the braids, I think all of it. I love it all. I think the plait, every style of hair. Every hairstyle that we rock, I think is super dope. It's an expressive way. This is our culture. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? The heritage, this is us. This is how we speak in many forms and fashions. Like, this is an art for us. It's not just something that we do just to do it. And I think that's what we need to, parents have to get into that mindset too, and realize that these kids, their way of expressing who they are, and, with them walking around here with their curly hair or the big coarse fro or whatever, and that's a representation of who they are. That's their crown. Let them be that. Let them, but also to make sure that they're managing it to where it looks presentable and it's not looking crazy. That's like that thin line, you know what I mean? But every hairstyle is fire.
You need to cut your hair. You spent a couple months growing it. It take a while to get some length on your hair, and as soon as you get a little bit of length on your hair, your parent tell you need to cut it, or you need to do something with your hair, or you can't have it out, and they give you this bald haircut or this low haircut that you have to stick with. And it really sucks because you be trying to grow it out to try to get whatever the most in style haircut at the time. And this is a common thing. A lot of black men experience this, or black boys experience this. I'm sure some of y'all probably watching this experiencing this right now, where you're in the house and you can't grow your hair out because your parents not going for it.
Yeah, my mom cut my hair when I was younger. I think my grandma was telling me the story about it, how she was pissed because I had a lot of hair. It was curly, it was nice, and they ended up shaving it bald. I think the texture just never grew back the same. But, I love my hair now. You know what I mean? That was a long time ago. But story about my son. My son has beautiful hair, amazing hair, curly hair. I'm talking about, you see it, you be like, dang. And one of my favorite animals are lions. And I don't know why, when we wear our hair out, we just look like some kingdom royal lions, like the curly fro fire. But when he was younger, his mom wanted him to get his hair cut. And my son was so emotionally attached. And of course, me being a dad, I had to chime in and just let him know, how she's feeling about it. And then if you're going to have it, make sure that it's presentable and we're going to take care of it and make sure it look nice and stuff like that. But I'm always for my son being who he wants to be. Now, of course, that comes with guidelines and variables and other things added on to that. But me cutting his hair and me feeling like I'm taken away from his identity of who he wants to be and how he wants to present himself, I feel like that's one thing I can never do, because I used to feel that same way. I used to feel like, dang, okay, although I am a kid and I'm young and I'm misguided and I need guidance, if you want to reshape or if you want to change something that I do, give me reason behind it. That way I know now, you know, why I have a reason behind it versus it just sound like somebody's trying to control. You get what I'm saying? Because you can, of course, you're going to be a parent and you're going to dictate certain things, but it's always good to explain because now what you're doing is expanding that kid's mind to be able to expound on certain things and know the reasons behind certain. It's way deeper than just cut your hair off. Because I said so, I'm the parent. Okay, but can you explain to me why? Like, put some love behind the discipline is all I'm saying.
Dude, like, yo, what happened to your hair? You got them braids?
Yeah, I got them braids.
Let me see you. Let me see you.
All right, bro.
Oh, God. What happened, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, I just felt like it was time, bro.
Fuck you, mean it was time. You bro, get too much in here, nigga. Nah, look at the sun shining on your head. Nah, bro, what was the real reason? Because I know you didn't cut your hair off, bro.
It's because of my parents, bro. I ain't have no choice in the matter. It's either that or I'm gonna be out on the streets. And shit, I'm broke.
What happened to the dreadhead journey?
Man, forget that, bro. I'm on a wave journey, bro.
Nah, they really nerfed you, bro.
Man, just give me a few months, bro. I'm gonna be spinning, bro. Man, it don't matter for real, because I'm gonna still get more women than y'all niggas with dreads.
Yeah, all right. Yo, damn, you look like Slender Man tonight. Boy, that nigga. Wait, hold on. What you doing? Yo.
So a lot of times they'll say you can't have your hair out because it's not presentable, or it just seems like this is some canon event where everybody has to go through this. I'm sure it's some people that y'all probably like, nah, I never had to go through that, but some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You just have to rock out this low haircut up until probably like high school. That's at least where it changed for me.
Dads forcing you to get a straight buzz cut throughout your entire childhood has to be a universal experience, bro. What is their obsession with wanting you to be bald? Straight bald. Why did they want us to be chopped so bad? And then the first time you finally get the courage to be like, hey dad, can I just get the sides off and keep the top? They look at you so crazy. They be like,
You trying to waste my money?
you trying to waste my money and not get a real haircut? No, we're taking it all off. My pops used to force me to get a straight.
No, Gar.
I believe it's because it's less maintenance on them. They feel like the less hair you have, the less that they have to work with. That's really how I see it, honestly.
Haircut. No guard on that bitch. Straight zero. All off, bro. I never had hair as a kid, bro. As soon as it got a little too much, my dad was like, time to cut it off. And he did it himself most of the time. Straight zero. No lineup, no nothing. Bro, don't even get me started on foreign parents. Foreign parents, they look at you crazy if you try to grow your hair out. The only way to escape the buzz cut is to get your own money to pay for your own haircuts, bro. That's the only way you could escape it. And even then, when they see you get the cut, they look at you like, I don't even see a cut. Bro, you see the cut, you see the side. It's like, to them, if you don't cut it all off straight to zero, you wasted your money. If I wanted to cut it all off straight to zero, I just cut it off myself. I'll go buy the clipper and do it myself. That shit is truly a canon event.
And a lot of times this conversation is tied to believing certain hairstyles will make you look ghetto or like a thug, and people are just going to stereotype you, or your parents don't want you looking like that, feeling like that. It's like it just associate long hair with some negative association with it. It's never, and when we
It has a negative connotation towards it, and of course we are living from the European, standard, right? We always are basically basing our situation or our self-respect or how we operate or how we look based off of a white standard. It's not this enough, or it's not that enough. And what do we think about immediately? We think about corporations and businesses when we go to these fancy restaurants. Are they gonna look at us crazy? Just do you though. Even if your hair is just not the best, even if you don't have the sharpest line or whatever the case may be, no matter what, you want to go somewhere looking nice. You want to go somewhere looking like you own the place. That's just me personally. I'm a visual person, so I'm going to make sure that I'm always taken care of because I care about how I look. You don't have to like how I look because I still got the money to spend money. I'm still a great communicator. I know how to talk. I'm well-mannered. You know what I mean? So all those things, of course, they shouldn't matter, but they do. And we all base that off of the standard of that's white neighborhood. I want to go live in a white neighborhood, as if it's not black people to live in a neighborhood. We always do that. Oh, these apartment, okay, look like a lot of white people live in these apartment complexes. Why do we always do that? Get out of the mindset of that. Love yourself. Don't base that off of the standard because of the world. Forget that. Wear your hair how you want to wear it. But also, too, take care of how you look.
When we want it, it's never about that. It's usually just like it looks cool and that's just how we want to rock our hair. So, you know, so it could fit like the aesthetic we're trying to go for. It's never about trying to look like thugs or anything like that. But our parents always just view long hair as some type of negative connotation with that, with though any hairstyle that's above 2 to 3 inches of length on my hair.
Hey man, it's a public service announcement to all the parents. My voice gone in the world. Can we please protest against our sons with these nappy ass hair? Every day me and mama tell me, you need to cut that. You need to cut that damn hair, man. You don't take care of it. I ain't seen you wash it since you've been growing it. It look like a ham full of Easter basket grass, man. You got leather hair now. You ain't washed it so long it look leather. It look like dirty trap house carpet. You gotta cut it, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with a low cut. Get you some waves or something, man. Cause that right there, man.
And of course, there's product and things you could do. You know what I mean? You can moisturize it, you can curl it up, or whatever the case may be. I think this is just a teaching lesson for your kid. And yes, for sure, there's some hairstyles that, unfortunately, like my son, we have great genetics. My mom has great hair, wavy hair. My grandpa, you know, my brothers, we all got really great texture hair. My hair is super coarse though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like my brothers and my son. The hair is super curly and stuff like that. So they can really just wash their hair, get out the shower, and it's curly. You know what I mean? But for other people, sometimes we have to put things on our hair. And if it's not presented to us and we're in the unknown and we just don't know that, then we just don't know. But his son can have curly hair. He just has to be able to know what to use. That's it. And of course, unfortunately, again, that's what I wanted to say. Some people are born with bad texture hair. They just don't know how to water it. They don't know how to treat it. So it just goes untreated and then it starts to look worse and worse and worse. And then once you grow it out, then you kind of see the results of that. If you don't take care of your hair is just like a flower. You have to take care of your hair. You have to put the right nutrients in and things like that. Eat the correct way in order for it to grow, in order for it to, you know, be presentable and be nice and flourish. You have to really take care of it.
You look like a Jackson 6. But at least they had an activator and grease in their head, man. Go in there and wash it in the bathroom, school bathroom. Go wash it in the school bathroom. Do something with it. Put some snow in it, wet it. It's dry as hell. You gotta cut it. You gotta, look, you guys wanna walk off. You gotta cut that, man. All you little dudes, you YNs wanna wear these nappy old hairstyles, man. Y'all need to cut it.
The ideas of like black hair, like long black hair, not being presentable or professional, it's not a new thing. This isn't like an experience just for me or just our generation. Like this has been happening for a while and this has been passed down generation of generations. And it's coming from this idea called respectability politics. So respectability politics is basically the belief that if black people behave, look, speak, and live in ways that white society or white people consider proper.
Exactly what I was talking about. The white standard. We have always made the standard of what they believe is deemed as decent and respectful, or, you know, it's cool, it's acceptable. It's always been based off of what white people think.
That then we will be treated with respect, safety, and equality. In simple terms, if we act right, they'll treat us right. This include things like dressing or speaking proper English, or like, you know, if you grew up in the hood or just around black people, they'll say like, you know, talking white. This is where this kind of came from. It's also can be tied to being calm, polite, and non-confrontational, following rules perfectly. Basically avoiding anything that's seen as ghetto, loud, or too black. Presenting yourself as one of the good ones. And the reason this is because after slavery, black people were free. But still, we experienced things like we was lynched. We was locked out of job opportunities where they just didn't give us jobs no matter if we was qualified or not. They locked us out of certain housings and good neighborhoods. That's with redlining. And We was locked out of educations. That's why we had to create our own colleges, our own schools. White societies basically push like ideas to other white people, stereotyping and propaganda that basically black people were violent or dirty or immoral or immature or childlike. So the black leaders of that time thought like, okay, if you're pushing all those stereotypes onto them, if we just prove that we're not that, if we prove that we're clean, we're moral, we're educated, we're respectable, they thought that white society will look at that and will have no excuse to then mistreat them. This is when respectability politics became organized and intentional. And this carried all the way into the late 1800s and early 1900s, where black churches and educators and middle class leaders of that time pushed messages like dress modestly or speak correctly or avoid low behavior, don't embarrass the race. And we still have similar sayings that's been passed down from that. Like if you've heard someone being like, oh, I don't want to act up in these white folk establishments or anything like that, that's coming from direct messages from the late 1800s, early 1900s. Has been passed down generations in a way of taught on how to act around white people.
It's almost like what they say now, code switching. You have to be able to code switch in order to fit the structure of what they deem, again, like I say, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but what they think is reasonable and respectful, you know what I mean? Or acceptable. Oh, we can accept that black person now because they're walking like us, talking like us, even relaxing their hair now. They want to have that's why, like back, it's a movie called Temptations. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. Temptations, 5 Heartbeats. They put these relaxers on their hair and makes their hair straight. That way they can do the finger waves and all the other styles that they did back in the day. But because they felt like the fro just wasn't a thing. It wasn't acceptable in media. It wasn't accepted in any certain offices and certain jobs that they had to go to. So they felt like, okay, if I do this, they'll accept me. I'll be able to get this job. I'll be able to get, whatever it is, walking into these dealerships, getting these cars, or I'll be able to be liked by white people. But realize this. No matter how much you try to fit in with somebody who hates you, it does not matter what you do. It does not matter how much you try to fulfill their wants, needs, and desires on how they want you to be. They're still not going to like you if they don't like you. A true person with a good heart, clear mind, a person that's not racist, a person that does not see any of that, and they just accept you for you. You don't have to do all of that for. You don't have to put on this costume, so to speak. People are going to just love you and respect you for you. And that's how we view each other, and that's how we should view each other. Because a lot of us are judgmental towards each other too. A lot of us are racist against our own people. So the moment that we realize that we need to start loving each other again and make sure that we stand firm on having each other's back, there's nothing that nobody can do and say about us and our culture. You can't ish on our culture. Our culture too strong. We didn't beat adversity. We didn't came through a lot. We didn't weather the storm, literally. We've been battle tested, came out on top, still king and queens. If y'all want to watch the rest of this video, definitely go do it. Parents' obsession with low haircuts. Go check bro out, man. Great video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate to your head. We ain't bleeding. Yes, real love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go on.